All-in-one failover versus inline failover. Which approach actually saves me when everything breaks?
One is the failover where I call it like the all-in-one failover. So if you have you know, a router, you've got a wired connection coming into the back. So that's one. And then you've got in the same box, you've got the cellular connection. So this box, and then obviously you've got the Wi-Fi that's serving the clients. But from a failover perspective, this is making the decisions. So it sees the wired go down, it pulls the cellular up, it sees the wired come back up. It's making failover failback decisions. It's all in one piece of hardware. The beauty of that is obviously it's all contained, it's optimized, it's managed through Connect, it's all in one place. The other type is an inline failover, which we typically see that with people that are maybe upgrading their solution. Maybe they're on a wired only solution now and they're like, hey, I want to add cellular failover. So you'd keep your existing hardware, the existing router that's there that's got a wire coming into it, and then you would potentially stick ours either as an adapter that feeds a wired line into that router. So now the router's got two wires coming into it, but just happens to be that one of those wires goes through our cellular device. So it's kind of converting a cellular to a wired in an adapter situation. That's one. But in that case, the router that's there is doing the decision making. So it's two boxes. You've got something managing that other router, and then you've got the Inseego box. The third way is what we call totally inline, where you can stick the wired line and put our box in between, where you have the wired line coming into ours and one line coming out, the one Ethernet coming out the back to the other router, and our box is there in line with that wired, and it's once again making the failover decisions, but it to the main router just like one looks like one connection, right? So you've got many configurations. Hopefully that's not too confusing, but what we typically see is the inline failovers, people that are kind of trying to retrofit existing, but it's a two-box solution. A lot of times they'll graduate, and I'll say when they refresh, they go to an all-in-one solution that has power redundancy, that has multiple WAN selections, and that in the same box, and that allows you to do even more fancy things other than just failover like QoS and making dual active connections at the same time. So there's a lot going on there. And then, we talked about satellite at one point. You could even add a third one and have satellite into that mix as well.